Right, coming up are the best bank accounts here in the UK in December 2021. I'll take you through the latest bank switching offers, the best ones for overdrafts, the best ones for spending overseas, all that jazz. But before we do that, I have got some news for you. I'd like to keep you updated on new features and changes that are coming along that you need to know about, particularly this month if you're a customer for Monzo, Starling, TSB or Barclays. And let's start with Barclays because there are big changes coming to the Barclays Blue Rewards scheme. Now, if you've already got a Barclays account, I hope that you've added this to your current account already. Because it's a simple one, doesn't take much effort. You have to pay a fee, £4 every single month. You have to have 2 direct debits come out of the account. In return, you get a £7 bonus added to your account every single month. £3 profit, 36 quid a year. You've already got the account. You may as well get it, right? Now, getting a Barclays account, I wouldn't recommend you would do this for these Blue Rewards. I haven't suggested people to do that. But definitely, if you've had a Barclays account, you should have got hold of this. Otherwise, you'd be basically throwing away money. You could have been getting this free cash. Bad news, though. It's all about to change. Barclays have confirmed that from March 2022, they are increasing the fee from £4 a month to £5 a month. And they are reducing the reward you get every month from £7 to £5. So you're going to pay £5, you're going to get £5, going to cancel each other out. I mean, it's kind of pointless. Now, it's not as simple as that. There are some additional benefits you can get if you have a mortgage with Barclays, although the amount you get from that is going to reduce from March next year. You also can get some money if you have life insurance with them and also if you have insurance with them. Although most people, I think, they're just getting that initial £7 bonus for the 2 direct debits. Now, you would say, well, what's the point in sticking with this Barclays accounts? The Blue Rewards full stop. What's the point of carrying on with that? And maybe even what's the point of sticking with Barclays when there are so many other options, which I'll take you through later on. Well, I think very, very likely right now, from the information we have right now, there isn't going to be any point sticking with Blue Rewards. There isn't going to be any point sticking with Barclays. They've gone from kind of mid-range in terms of what you can get from a bank to right down at the bottom. However, this doesn't happen until March. And in fact, the new charges come into play in March, but you won't actually pay extra until April. So you don't want to sort of leave until then. You may as well get that £7 a month in December, January, February and March. Okay, you may as well get that cash. But also, there are some details still to be revealed. Now, they haven't said what these are. It just says exclusive offers. Now, exclusive offers have sometimes been pretty poor. You know, it's like, oh, here's a, I don't know, 30% off a HelloFresh box. Or, the deals you can get anywhere else. That's often what we've seen with the likes of Monzo with their Plus and Premium extras. They've not been special. You can get them anywhere. But we don't know. So let's just sort of hold fire a little bit. And let's wait and see what happens. As soon as I get that information, I'll put it in the update like this. Do this every single month. I will share with you what is going on. Is there any reason to stick with Barclays Blue Rewards? Any reason to stick with Barclays when those changes come into play in March next year? But anyway, that's kind of disappointing news. So kind of you think you'd be getting better, but it's getting worse. Let's talk about that change for Monzo. This is actually a really exciting one if you're a Monzo customer. I say exciting. It's exciting to me, but it's useful to you. One of the issues I've had with Monzo's over the years, love it, it's a great account, but one of the issues is it only reported to 2 of the 3 different credit reference agencies. It reported to Experian and it reported to TransUnion. But this meant if this was your only current account and whoever you were applying to for credit went to look at the Equifax, the third agency, look at the Equifax credit report, it would just look like you didn't have a current account. Nothing there at all. So that was really, really frustrating. Good news is they now report to all 3, as pretty much every other major bank does. So if you have a Monzo account, if it is your only account, then good news, it's going to appear to any future lender. They will know you have a current account. Starling looks like they still only report to Equifax and TransUnion. So hopefully they'll see this and they'll do something to make sure they're reporting to Experian. And then all your current accounts will be shown on all credit reference agencies. Incidentally, if you don't know much about credit reports, I've got a load of videos that you can check out. I'll put a playlist below so you can work your way through them. Such an important thing to be looking at, so make sure you do give that one a go. Let's stick with Starling briefly, and very quickly to let you know about a new feature that they have added to their Spaces function. Now, hopefully you know about this. You can set up in your account extra little sections where you can maybe put savings in one, or you can have more than one. So I'm going to save for this over here, save for this over there. Really nice feature to help you budget. If you're putting it away for savings, it's not great in terms of getting interest, but it's great for budgeting. They've now added a new feature called the Bills Manager. And basically, any of these spaces that you set up can be one, it can be a number of them. You can now set up direct debits to come out of those individual spaces rather than the main account. So this is perfect for bills in lots of ways because you can have, as soon as you get paid, you can say, right, I'm going to portion this amount of my salary into one of these spaces. And then when it's time for that bill to come out of it, it will come straight out of there. And it just means it reduces that accidental chance that you could be spending your bills money, that essential money you need to keep set aside, on other things. So I think it's a really, really lovely feature. Obviously, Monzo already does this, but this is great to see this come to Starling. I'll talk a little bit more about, though, actually my best account for paying off bills in a moment. And the last bit of news to tell you about is bad news, really. It's about bank closures for TSB. They are going to close a quarter of their branches. 70 of these are going to go in 2022. So if this is your bank and you do need to go to the branch for whatever reason, then there's a good chance that yours is going. And this is on top of ones that have already closed this year. The one where I live in my town, that TSB went earlier in the year. So they're going to be less and less and less of these. And this follows on from cuts announced last month to Virgin Money branches, Lloyd's branches and Halifax branches. So we're getting less and less of them out there. It is less important as a reason to choose a bank because how often do you actually go to a branch? But I still think it's nice to have an account. And remember, I talk quite a lot about having more than one current account. There's lots of reasons for doing this, but one of those I think is to have an account which has a branch near you, or at least it's close to that you can get to. Getting harder and harder in some places to actually have any at all. But if you can have an account at that branch and the ability to put money in there, it just might help if something goes wrong with online banking, things like that, which hasn't happened for a while, but we've seen it happen with a number of banks where it's gone down for a day, for 2 days, or in the case of TSB, if you remember to a few years ago, loads of them went down. The whole system went down for a long time. So it's definitely something to think about there, expanding. Make sure you've got an account where there's somewhere is a branch, and odds are that won't be TSB, Halifax, Lloyd's or Virgin Money. Right, in a second, I'll take you through the best current accounts, but I do want to quickly remind you that these things do change all the time. Like last month I did a video, and 2 days later, there were 2 new bank switching offers came along. And other things sort of happen very, very soon, and sometimes they're kind of short-lived. So make sure you also do check out my article over on the blog. You might want to bookmark it or just go in and check it every now and again. Be clever with your cash.com. That's the name of the website. Go to the Best Buy section and you will see the best bank switching offers is one of the top articles on there. I update this every time there's a change. Could be every day, could be every other day, whatever it is. But that is a place to make sure you check that out, as well as making sure you get these videos every single month. And of course, if you don't want to miss these videos, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. You'll get the updates on banking, on savings, on credit cards, and all the other things I do about helping you with personal finance. Okay, let's get into the best current account offers and promotions for December 2021. And let's start off with bank switching deals. There are some new ones to know about, and there are some which are going to end any day now. So you've got to be quick if you want to grab them. The new ones to tell you about are from HSBC. These come and go every kind of month or so. They have an offer, then it goes, another one comes back. You can't guarantee that's always going to happen, but that's been the case for most of this year. This new one is only available via Money Saving Expert or Money Supermarket. They're the same organisation. Money Saving Expert is owned by Money Supermarkets. They've got these special deals that they've negotiated. £150 for switching to HSBC, plus a £10 donation we made to the charity Shelter. So it's quite a nice, it's a high paying one at 150 quid, and a little bit extra go for charity is a little sweetener. Obviously HSBC is maybe one of the dodgier ones when it comes to ethics, but if you're not worried about that, or if you just want to get the cash, it's one looking at. I'm not going to go into detail, by the way, right now of all the terms and conditions. All that information is over on the blog. Otherwise we'll be here all night. Now this one ends on the 16th of December, so you don't have too long to get it. Another new one that launched since we last did this video is from Halifax. This one gives you £125 for switching into the bank. This one ends on the 14th of December. Now, the account that I would go for here is the Halifax Reward account. The Halifax Reward account will give you £5 a month, or a free cinema ticket every month, or 2 movie rentals every single month. You've got a choice there. Most of the time, I think the £5 a month is the best one, because you can often get deals on cinema tickets to bring them around to a £5 or even less. But if you know you're going to the movies a lot often, every single month, then that could be well worth it, particularly if it's a more expensive cinema. Now, if you are already with Halifax, you can still get this. Now, you have to sort of jump around a little bit. You can't put it into your existing Halifax Reward account, but you can downgrade your Halifax Reward account just to a standard Halifax account. Now, bear in mind, if you do that, you might lose out on your reward this month, whatever it might be. But if you downgrade to a normal account, then open up a new one and then switch into it from a different bank, you'll get the bonus. And then, well, the old account you've got, you can use that to switch elsewhere. If you want to, you can close it down, whatever it might be. The alternative option, if you don't want to downgrade it, is you could open up an ultimate reward account. Now, this one is a quite expensive one. It comes with a fee because you get insurance that comes with it. I wouldn't recommend, most of us don't need this, but I did this in the past. It was a year and a bit ago I did this, and it works, and it should hopefully work for you. I opened up a new Halifax Ultimate Reward account. I switched into it from an external bank, got the money. The money comes really quick with this one, within about 10 days, I think it is. And then as soon as I had that cash, I downgraded it to the basic standard Halifax account. I didn't even get the charge the fee for that month, that's £17. So I got the full 100 quid at that time. This time it'd be 125 quid, so even better. So definitely take a look at that and definitely make sure you get that £5 reward. Now, there are some hoops you have to jump around to get that £5 reward, but I've got more information about that on the blog, so I linked to that below. I talked about it before in the video, so I don't want to bore you guys repeating myself too much. So they're the two new ones, both ending this month. Two older ones are going to finish. Literally, I'm recording this on the 1st of December, tomorrow, on the 2nd of December. So if you haven't got them, get in there fast. The best one is the Santander 123 Lite account. I'll talk about this more in a second. This one, you can get 130 quid for switching into it. This offer was due to end. You might think, hang on, surely that finished. They extended it from late October to the 2nd of December, which is why it's still running, for now at least. 130 quid. But if you go via a comparison site called money.co.uk, you'll also get a £20 Amazon voucher, boosting it up to 150 quid value. So that's well worth looking at that one. Or the other one that's due to end is the NatWest offer. This one's called a switch and stay promotion. You'll get £100 if you switch into the account. You get that money around sort of February time. Takes a bit longer to get that one. But if you stick with them for 9-10 months, something like that, until next October, November time, you'll also get an extra 50 quid. There are some things you have to do. For example, you have to make 10 debit transactions every single month, although that's not going to be difficult to do. I spoke about that in detail last month in relation to the RBS promotion. So if you want to find out how that works, check that video. They work in exactly the same way. And while you're there, if you've got that account, I would look at the NatWest Reward account. That one will give you £3 a month. Jump through some hoops, £3 a month, 36 quid a year. On top of that switching bonus, plus you'll have access to the highest paying regular saver, paying at 3.04%. You only put 50 quid a month into this. I do speak about this more in my most recent savings update, so check that one out. But again, those offers end soon. So if you haven't taken advantage of either of those in the past, now's a good time to jump onto them. However, you won't be able to get either of those two deals and any of the others. It's one or the other, or you could do more than one at the same time if you wanted. They're the bulk of the switching offers. There are a couple of others, but they're the main ones to know about. Right, let's talk now about reward accounts. Obviously mentioned Barclays Blue Rewards at the top of this video. On its way out. Ignore that one for now, certainly. Then I'll talk about the Halifax Reward current account. Again, really like this one. £5 a month. That is my top pick for rewards, absolutely, particularly with that switching bonus on top. The other one I really like here is the Club Lloyd's current account. There is no switching bonus for this account right now, but you can get 6 cinema tickets a year, or you can get 12 movie rentals. So not as good as the Halifax one, but it is easier to get it. You have to jump through less hoops to get this money. It's also not too bad an option for savings, but there are stronger options out there. So I wouldn't focus on that one too much. Really, you're getting this one just to get some free cinema tickets and leave it doing its own thing for the rest of the year. Nice and easy to nab that. Now, similar to a reward account are the cashback current accounts. There are a handful of these, but definitely well worth looking at them. The best one, I would say, is the Chase Bank current account. You don't want to use this as your main current account. You want to use this as a spending current account. Basically, you transfer your money in there, the money you want to spend, and you use it. So it's great for that sense in terms of budgeting, but you don't want to use it for anything else because there aren't any direct debit functionality or things like that. But anyway, the reason you want to use it for your spending is because it will give you 1% cash back for the first 12 months. And you also get, if you activate a top-up feature, any kind of things that are kind of change, so to speak, that's left over. Say £1.80 you spend, 20p of that, if you've got this activated, we move to a separate savings pot where you get 5% interest. Not going to earn you a huge amount, but you may as well nab that. But it's the 1% that I think is really good. It makes it the top cashback card, full stop, better than pretty much every credit card out there. What they've also got until the end of December, another promo, is 3% back at Amazon. Now, I'm not doing Amazon for the whole of 2021. And in fact, I'm not really going to carry on doing 2022, 23, 24. I'm not going to go for it either. But if you are an Amazon shopper, this is a really good option for you to save a little bit of money in the run up to Christmas. So Chase Bank for cashback, really, really good to get that one. Or there's that Santander 123 Lite account I mentioned before. This is really, really good for bills. So although I mentioned that Starling's Bills Manager is a really great feature, I still think you want to have most of your bills in a Santander 123 Lite account because you get up to 3% cash back from that. It does have a £2 fee every single month, but hopefully, well, depending on the size of your bills, it can vary, but you'll be making 40 to 60 quid a year. Now you might think, oh, is there much point doing it for 40 to 60 quid? Well, you're paying these bills anyway. You may as well get that money. And if you keep doing it year after year after year, you know, that starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So they're your reward and cashback accounts. I would certainly look at the Santander, Chase, and the Halifax ones if you haven't got those. Now, there are a couple of current accounts that will pay you interest on the money that's held in them. These aren't so great right now. I wouldn't get too carried away with them because although they actually pay an interest rate that is a lot stronger than you can get in most other savings accounts, they're still relatively low. You're not going to make a huge amount of money from them. But if you do want to get one, the Virgin Money M Plus current account is my pick here. This one will pay you 2.02% on the first £1,000 you have saved in the account. So if you have that money in there for 12 months, that's going to be worth £20.20. You can actually have more than one of these. You can have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them if you wanted to. But I would prioritize the reward and cashback accounts over this one if you're kind of starting from a place where you've only got 1 or 2 accounts. Now, overdrafts is a really important thing to think about with bank accounts. Ideally, you shouldn't be using it because it's one of the most expensive ways to borrow money. You're looking at rates of nearly 40% at pretty much every single bank right now. Every time you go overdrawn, charge 40%. Now, you probably think twice about that for a loan or a credit card, wouldn't you? But for some reason, overdrafts don't work that way in our heads. We don't think of them as borrowing, but they absolutely are. They are a debt. Now, if you absolutely are someone who does use the overdraft, need the overdraft, a couple of options for you here. First Direct will give you a £250 0% buffer. So if you only go over a little bit every now and again, maybe towards the end of the month before payday, that's worth considering getting one of those. Although you might want to wait until a bank switching offer comes round. Again, they tend to offer these every other month. There was one that came and went, a new one in November, just to run it around for a couple of weeks. So you might want to wait for that potentially. Or there is the nationwide Flex Direct current account. Now you can only get this offer once. The first time you get this card is the only time you can get this overdraft. It is 0% for 12 months and it could be quite sizable. You can do an affordability check beforehand and they will tell you the size of the overdraft that you'll get. So you're having a sense of what it's going to be, if it's going to be good for you before you actually do it. That can be a fantastic way to help you clear your debts. It might even be a great way of helping you clear other debts. But yeah, absolutely, this is one only I would say to think about if you need it now, because if you think you need it later on and you've already taken advantage of the account, tough luck, you won't get it then. Now, we were talking last month about how travel was starting to open up again and it looked like you might be able to go over here, you might be able to go over there. The idea of having that fee-free card to spend overseas so you don't get any charges was like back on the agenda. Well, depending on what happens with Omicron and that variant, that might not be the case. But even so, the best ones for spending overseas right now, it's worth getting one in your wallet just in case you can go. That Chase Bank that I mentioned before, 1% cashback and fee-free overseas beats all the others. Then I would look at Starling Bank, again, fee-free with no kind of restrictions on cash withdrawals. Virgin Money does the same thing as well. So if you have got that for savings, you might want to use that also for abroad, spending abroad. Now, when it comes to budgeting, the best bank accounts for budgeting, I'm still a big fan of both Starling and Monzo. Monzo, I think, has the edge slightly, but Starling has all sorts of great features. But they're free accounts. You can get them, try them out, see which one you like best. And again, I think they're also pretty good in terms of helping you keep track of your spending. Although that Chase account that I mentioned before, that has that feature because you were going to transfer money into it. And you can almost say, right, I'm just going to transfer over £200 and that's got to last me for this week. You can't spend any more because there's no money in there. So that could be a really nice one. Plus you get the 1% cash back. And very quickly, got to end on the most ethical accounts. No change here to other months. Triodos is still number one. It is the most ethical current account you can get out there. If you're worried about what happens to your money when it's with your bank, you don't need to worry with Triodos, but you do have to pay a fee, £3 every single month. Now you might think actually it's worth doing that. You might want to say the reward you're getting from NatWest or Halifax or whoever it might be, you'll use that. You won't use them for account. You'll just get the money, but you'll use that to pay for ethical banking with Triodos. That's a good option. Or you look at Nationwide or Co-op or Starling. They're all kind of fundamentally seen as pretty good banks in terms of ethics, particularly compared to the bad boys, your Barclays, your HSBC, and so on. Don't forget, you will be able to get all the updates, all the further information, the terms, the conditions over on becleverwithyourcash.com. So hit that link in the description below to go through to the blog and just learn a little bit more about which bank might be best for you. Here are some more videos about making the most from your current account that you might be interested in. My name is Andy Webb. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.